First, I am happy because this is it's a Punya Bhumi. I had darshan and prayer at Arulmiga Swarnamurtishwara Perumal, Lord Shiva, Sivan Perumal. This place where Sri Rama had visited, this place where Sri Rama got the news where Mata Sita Devi was found and located, information was passed on to him when Sri Rama was here. Not far from this place, there is a place, Tirupulani. I have been there. There we have a Dharmasainam Sri Rama temple, Kovil, where Sri Rama was lying, and then he decided to make the bridge at Rameswaram. Not far from that place is Sarnagati Kovil, where Vibhishana had come to the Sharan of Sri Rama. Then Rameswaram, where Sri Rama worshipped Sivan Perumal. This whole land is so holy, so auspicious, that coming to this place is a pilgrimage for me. Another region, and which is equally important for me, if not more, is this event, this Vida, is about social harmony. Here, the people of this place, the four Nadu, Unjanai Nadu, Iravu Seri Nadu, Tenilai Nadu, and Sempunamari Nadu, people of all the four Nadus, they have come together and they have resolved a very, very long-held issue, because I am told that for a long time we didn't have the festival Terottam, and we know how important it is. And the people of these Nadus, they have come together despite all the problems, and harmoniously they have reconciled the differences, and like brothers and sisters have begun this temple chariot festival. I am told, and we heard the speakers, that this problem is old. It was problem no longer now. This was an old problem. Even father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi, tried. The problem started during British time. So more than 100 years old problem. I am not surprised. I am not surprised that the problem started during British time, because the British, their policy was to divide and rule. Our brothers and sisters of the two communities, Kallar and Devendra Kulvelalar, they have been living at this place for hundreds and hundreds of years. They have been living here even before the British came. And this holy temple is also several hundred years old. Why did the problem begin during the British time? It is because it was their policy to divide and rule. I will give you a brief background. Why did the British do that? You know, when British came and started colonizing our country, Bharat, and they had taken over almost the whole country. At the time, it was not the British government, it was the East India Company. Now the question before the British was, how should they colonize India? They had conquered it, they had taken control of it, but they had a long-term plan. Long term, how to be here for all time to come. So they had an experience at the time of colonizing America and Canada. When the British went to America and Canada, what they did? They killed the local people, not by war. By distributing blankets which were infested with smallpox. They distributed to the local people as a welfare measure. And local people, indigenous people of America and Canada, in lakhs and lakhs, they died of smallpox. And then they occupied the land and established there. The question was, could they do the same thing in India? They realized it was not possible. They realized it was not possible to do that in India because, unlike America and Canada, where the local people, indigenous people were not connected, were not united, India, despite a large country with so many rulers, kings, people, the society was united. And how was it united? Some people ask, how do you say that they are united? It's not difficult. You see the examples. When 1000 years ago, when Bakhtiyar Khilji came from outside and started destroying the temples and destroying this entire north, he went to Kashi and he started destroying Kashi. When he was destroying Kashi, a king of this place, Parakram Pandya Raja, Parakram Pandya went. He realized, because Kashi was so dear, we know that this is land of Shivam Perumal. People are Shiva Bhaktar here, we are all. So when Parakram Pandya realized that Bakhtiyar Khilji was going to destroy Kashi Vishwanath, he went, brought this Shivalingam, established Kashi Vishwanath temple here. He also created a parallel Kashi which is called Tenkashi. Now it tells you something happening in North Kashi and king of this place is worried about it. This was the connect. We have seen that unity even during National Freedom Movement. In the National Freedom Movement, when something happens in one part of the country, the reactions happen in all over the country. When the British partitioned Bengal, dividing the Bengal as a Muslim Bengal and Hindu Bengal, people in Tamil Nadu here, they revolted against it. Vahu Chidambaram Pillai, he took the lead. When Jallianwala Bagh happened in Punjab, people of Tamil Nadu reacted, resented. They came out on the street. They revolted and joined the National Freedom Movement. When Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose launched the Indian National Army against the British, more than 5,000 young men and some women from Tamil Nadu went and joined Netaji, INA, fight the British. This is unity of Bharat. So the British realized it was not possible to do what they did in America and Canada. So they decided the only way to control India and keep it under their control was to divide the society. The society which was united, divide the society. And they realized what was that which united the society. Then they realized it was the temples which united the society. This country, Bharat, whichever part you go, you have Shivan Perumal, you have Mahavishnu, you have Mahashakti. All over Bharat. It is this that when Kashi Vishwanath was in threat, Parakram Pandya from this place went to save it. Temples united the people. Temple has been the soul of the people of the village and the people wherever the region around. Temple was not just a place of worship. The whole life of the society revolved around temple. A spiritual, of course, education, health, dispute, center of culture, cultural activity. The whole activity, the entire activity of society revolved around temple. Temple was the most powerful institution that united the people of this country. At various levels, at the village level, at Nadu level, and then at the country level. So they decided how to break this community, weaken the temple and divide the devotees. This was the British policy, weaken the temple and divide the devotees. And how did they weaken the temple? Because temples were the center of all activities. Temples had a lot of land. What the British did? They took away all the land under taxation, heavy taxation. So temples was deprived of the land, the main source of income to do the activities. And what they did among the devotees, they tried to create fissures, division by encouraging some dispute in name of caste, in name of something or other. They tried to divide their devotees. And this is what they did here also. So when I got to know that the British, this problem is continuing since the British time, I was not surprised. But what the British created the problem, that is understandable. But what surprised me, that it took more than 75 years after independence to resolve the problem. And then I realized that for all these years, we have had governments here were following the same policies, divide the society. Divide the society and rule. Nowhere in this country we have so much division. No state has so much division in terms of caste, in terms of subcaste, as we have in our state. And I am happy that you named this event Social Harmony, because people, those who talk too much about social justice, they only create disharmony and rule. Role of administration is to bring people together, create harmony. Unfortunately, here I find that whenever they have an important event, important day, when people would like to celebrate, like Guru Puja, Tevar Jayanti, you have huge police deployment because there is a tension. Maruti Brothers Martyrdom Day, people would like to go and pay homage. Remember the brave warrior who fought for independence, but then you have prohibitory order, you don't allow people. I think this is not just like that. It is just out of design. Because people in power here, they do not want society to live in harmony. Because then people will become united, people will become strong. And that is not something which they like. And when it comes to temples, there is a big problem. Because they believe, and they openly say, that Hindu dharma is like dengue, malaria, virus. Bhakti is unscientific. One should not. Now this is their policy. Now if bhakti is unscientific, then go and tell the people, those who are Shiva Bhaktan, Vishnu Bhaktan, that you are unscientific. Whole Bharat is bhaktas, devotees of our gods. Bhakti originated from this land. Our great Nayanamars and Alvars gave us the legacy of bhakti to the whole Bharat. We are so proud of them. How can this be called unscientific or irrational? So, temples should not be allowed. Slowly and slowly, let the temple die. This is the policy. And those who are devotees, let them forget it, that there was a tradition of Terottam. Let them forget that they need to go to temple and worship.